Fallout continues from a bombshell report accusing former Portland Thorns FC head coach Paul Riley of sexual harassment and misconduct. A rally is happening right now outside Providence Park to call out the failures of the league and stand in solidarity with victims. The investigation includes claims of sexual coercion stretching back more than a decade. U.S. Soccer suspended Riley's coaching license after the accusations of abuse by two former players were published by The Athletic. He was then fired by the North Carolina Courage. Riley told The Athletic the allegations against him are completely untrue. Yesterday, FIFA and U.S. Soccer opened an investigation into the case, and the NWSL commissioner resigned. All games for this weekend were canceled after encouragement from the Players Union, saying players need space to process, to feel, and to take care of themselves. Some of the Thorns' biggest supporters, the Rose City Riveters, are now calling for action.
And our club didn't protect them, didn't really give them the support I think any of us supporters would have expected them to have gotten. We saw some really damaging information in that article about, what Gavin Wilkinson has said to players, reactions or non-reactions from Merritt Paulson, the owner of the club. And it really just is a call to action for our community to say this isn't who we want to be.
The rally tonight continues until 7. We'll have more on this on KGW News at 11.
All we ask is please slow down. How many lives do we have to end up getting hurt or losing in order for people to understand?
That's tow truck driver Dan Carroll pleading with drivers to be careful on the road after a second Washington tow operator was killed on the job this year. Christelle Coomway reports.
Dan Carroll has had a lot of close calls working on the side of the road.
And if I would have stepped 1 foot back, the semi-truck would have took me out.
He's a tow truck driver with Chappelle's Towing in Vancouver.
Never been hit, thankfully. I've had to jump out of the main source of traffic quickly.
Dan is not alone. AAA Washington reports these kind of accidents are becoming increasingly common.
We're not really sure what's been happening in Southwest Washington.
Kelly Just with the agency says since December, 4 different tow truck drivers have been struck.
One of them was injured slightly. One had to have his leg amputated, and 2 were killed.
Raymond Mitchell with TLC Towing was struck and killed last month while helping a customer on I-5 near Kalama. His towing family put up a memorial for him. In April, the owner of Affordable Towing, Art Anderson, and the parents of the driver he was helping were struck and killed near Kelso, also along I-5. A procession was held in his honor.
These crashes are all preventable.
That's why AAA Washington teamed up with tow companies for a PSA with this message.
Follow the law, slow down, move over.
The move over law requires motorists to move over 1 lane or slow down when approaching any motor vehicle that is stopped for an emergency.
People may not be aware that a tow truck provider working at the side of the road is considered an emergency vehicle, and they need just as much room as emergency responders like police, fire, and road construction.
You see that? As someone who's encountered too many close calls in his career, Dan hopes drivers take this message to heart.
All we do is out there is just at least get you guys home off the road. Hearing about some of us can't make it home to our loved ones, it's sad.
Christelle Coomway, KGW News.
One person is in the hospital with life-threatening injuries after being hit by a car last night in southeast Portland. It happened around 8:30 on Southeast Powell Boulevard and 29th Avenue. When police got there, they sent the victim off in an ambulance for treatment. The driver stayed on the scene. The cause of the crash is under investigation, and we'll bring you the latest updates at KGW.com. A new business in downtown hopes robots and Netflix famous treats get people in the door. At the same time, an older business that hit hard times during COVID is back. Galen Etlin tells us how both are working to help downtown make a comeback.
These robotic baristas in the Pearl do not mix small talk.
They are professionally trained arms that are consistently make perfect cup of coffee.
Gagan Sign helped open the Brew Bee Cafe on Northwest 10th near Gleason. The robotic arms are part of the novelty here.
When we walked in, the robots were dancing, so that was pretty cute. Just really stoked that they're open.
And the treats are the real deal.
Food makes people happy. Food is love.
He would know. That's Alex Wilson, who won the dessert competition Sugar Rush on Netflix's Christmas episode. The Brew Bee Cafe is a collaboration with the Hungry Hero Dessert Company in Sherwood. Business partner Ryan Gunnip is glad social media exposure made Saturday's grand opening busy.
The fact that we have a line that's out the door right now is really thrilling.
Across downtown, another business is coming back to life.
A renewal and a rebirth to be able to reopen the PSU store.
Lisa Settler is founder and CEO of Green Zebra Grocery, an upscale convenience store.
It's a mashup between a Whole Foods and a 7-Eleven.
The store had to close at the beginning of the pandemic. 72 of Lisa's staff were laid off.
A lot of new products.
But now the local drinks, baked goods, and friendly faces are back in the PSU neighborhood.
It opened after classes started, and people have been counting down the days.
Oh my God.
Seriously.
And while downtown Portland has struggled with a rough reputation this year, these businesses know life and innovation keep moving.
People coming out of COVID, this is going to be exciting for people to come in and enjoy, what we have put together.
All with some sugar, caffeine, and perfect precision. Galen Etlin, KGW News.
Former Vice President Mike Pence is in the Metro this evening, speaking at a roundtable at the Washington County Reagan Day dinner. The former vice president will be joined by Oregon State House Minority Leader Christine Drazen and U.S. Congressman from Oregon Cliff Benz. Pence spent part of his day speaking with police in Washington County, and it's believed that will be the focus of his speech tonight. We'll have a crew at tonight's event, and we'll have more on this story for you tonight at 11.